Okay guys, I just came from my favorite tool store. And look what they gave me. So I think you can guess what's inside. Got the... Let's just get rid of this bag. Oh, oh no, it's stuck. There. Whoops. New screwdriver set. And demolition set. Alright, so here we have the two-piece demo set. Ooh, brings Phillips and a flathead. Not that I've ever actually used the Phillips, but it's good to know that it's there. This was about 20 bucks. And then the 8-piece set to replace my older set. This one was about, I think it was $38. So look at that. Where's my scissors? Okay, let's open her up. Look at that, even after cutting both sides. Yeah, adult proof. There we go. Ugh. So, what does it bring? It brings Philly, Square or Red Robbie. Yeah, it's the Red Robbie. Green Robbie, number 1 and number 2 Robbie. What they call it, right? Yeah. SQ1 and SQ2. Another Philly. Flat. Philly. Flat. And another big flat. Okay, next one. Next, adult proof packaging. Okay. Oh, there. They're free. What I want to do is compare the new screwdrivers to the old ones. And I can't compare the Phillips one because honestly I don't know what I did with my demo, the old one. So, oh well. I'll just have to do the flat head. Now this is the 5/16 one. As you can tell, it's quite large. Well, I wouldn't say quite larger, but a bit larger than the old one. Definitely feels heavier. And yeah, I would say that it feels nicer in the hands, the new one, than the old one. Definitely feel like you could get a better grip. Yeah, I do like the feel of the new one. And just like the old one, it has this, what is this, hexagon, pentagon shaft, which also doesn't just also give you more strength so it doesn't bend on you, but you can also wrap a wrench around it if you're trying to loosen something up, give yourself a little more torque. The other thing I noticed too, if I can get my camera to focus. There we go. There. The other thing too is that the striking head on this one is a little bit larger than this one. This one came when I first got it. It was nice and shiny, a lot smoother. This one has a bit of a rougher texture, which I don't think anybody really cares, but you know, this one you can tell it's been used and abused quite a bit. I've had this screwdriver for probably over 2 years, and it's my second or third one. I don't remember. I know I lost one, and the other one I gave it away. And since they come in a set, you know, whatever. But yeah, that's that. The other thing too that I want to do is I want to see how much these things weigh. I can tell you that the new one is definitely heavier than the old one. So let's see by how much. The old one weighs 7.1 ounces, 7.10. And the new one weighs 8.4 ounces, 40.40 ounces, 40. So definitely a bit larger and definitely a bit heavier. So is that important? Well, it depends if you carry your tools on you or not. But talk more about that later. Moving on to my probably my most used screwdriver, which is the 1/4-inch flathead. This one is probably the most used and abused one because I use it for everything from prying to unscrewing, and because it has this end on here, this piece, I've used it to like pry things open and, you know, chisel things out. And even and you can tell because the tip, I don't know if you can see, but how much I've used the screwdriver, by how damaged the tip is. Well, worn out, I guess. Not really damaged, but it's worn out. So yeah, definitely my most used screwdriver. I don't believe they make this specific one, this specific size with the striking head, which is, you know, meh. So again, I want to compare sizes, or not sizes, weights. Weights? How much does it weigh? The old one, 4.60 ounces, and the new one is probably lighter because it doesn't have that striking pin in it. 3.55. It's definitely lighter. Now, will I miss this part of it? Probably. But, you know, I'm thinking I'm going to try this one out for a while and see how much abuse this end can take. Okay, moving on. P2 Philly. Your everyday common Phillips head. Screwdriver has held up well. The marking has slightly worn off. I mean, probably might talk about this little piece here, the one that you're supposed to use to strip wire. I know I've never actually had to use these things, and even when I've tried, it's just like, it's pretty bad. The problem is that you need a single conductor. You need to like twist it around this little notch in order to get the wire to strip. You know, good idea in theory, but in practice is this little notch thing that the older screwdriver set brought is kind of pointless and useless. The little hole, on the other hand, has come in handy for making loops, and even just wrapping something in there and using this as something to pull onto, you know, fishing wire, or just need an extra bit of grip, and you know, you wrap that around and give her a yank. But anyways, where's the new one? This one. So this is the replacement for it. Again, the new handle feels really nice in your hands. Definitely think I'm going to enjoy this using these ones compared to the other one. The other thing with like handles that are completely round is that when you're actually using them, having a bit of an odd shape actually gives you more the ability to torque things down more easily and not cause as much fatigue. Comparing that to my original screwdriver set, the Kleins, which I bought when I became an apprentice, which were really expensive, which is why I never continued using them. Yeah, I'd say that I definitely prefer the odd shape of the new ones. Yeah, I mean, having this little lanyard hole is definitely might become useful. I don't know. I don't really hang my tools. I just throw them in my pouch or in my toolbox or in my tote. Again, let's see if these are lighter or heavier. I mean, this screwdriver is definitely just like the other ones. It's larger. The handle's larger, but I can tell you that just by holding them that the new ones feel a little bit lighter. But let's find out. 3.15. Oh, look at that. Slightly heavier. Alright, well, I thought it was lighter, but I guess not. Next is Mr. Green Robbie. I should probably compare all of them. They're Green Robbie and Red Robbie. Are two more common Robinson up here in the great white north of Canada. Oh, what the heck happened there? It's got a little bit of smudge on there. Look at that, it's from the packaging. I want my money back. Just kidding. So, the Robinson screw is Canadian favorite, Canadian invented. The Americans use Torx, we use Red Robbies. The Robbies, sorry, not red. Red is your one size. Red is 2, and your green, and your green is 1. So let's compare the Robbies. We have the number 1, aka the Green Robbie. Oh, it's actually this one. And your number 2 Robbie, the red. Your two more common Robinson screws that we use up here in Canada. I really enjoyed their Robinson screwdrivers. I mean, the only Klein screwdrivers I have left are my green, my red. But when I did switch over, one of the reasons was just the size. I mean, the Klein definitely had a bigger handle on it, but I wouldn't say that in this case bigger is always better, mainly because it was a rounded handle. And I always found the Milwaukee ones just a little nicer to hold. But comparing them to the new ones, like I said before, the not so rounded shape of the handle definitely feels much better. I wonder if these are heavier or lighter. .55. The old one. 3.1. Red Robbie. 3.15. And 3.55. So the new one is slightly a bit heavier, and it's probably because the handles are larger. But it looks like they kept the same design with the shaft and the magnetic reinforced tip. which should help the screwdriver in the long run survive all the beatings. Even after about, this one's about, oh look at that, it's actually sticking. Huh. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can, well, obviously you can't tell, but the new one is just as magnetic as the old one. Even though this screwdriver is probably like over 2 years old. I mean, it's not enough to lift anything, but it'll definitely help keep your screws in place. Anyways, the last screwdriver I want to compare is the very small 3/16? Yeah, 3/16 flathead that I use for, cover plates, this and that. Unfortunately, the new set gives you this one, the really long handle one, which I am personally not a fan of. Well, simply because just the way how I organize my tools in my tool pouch, then the fact that this one I pretty much only use it for cover plates, really small, fine screws. I find that having a massive handle like this is actually kind of annoying. It's my only really complaint about this size and this specific new version of the screwdrivers, that they include this one, which comes in other kits of the older one, but I personally prefer this size. So maybe I'll try this out. I don't know. Like I said, I've never really liked having this such a large handle for such a small and because what happens a lot of times is, because it's so long, you'll actually use it to try and pry things open or poke into things, and then this one is just a rounded shaft just like the old one. And there's a good chance you're going to bend the crap out of this because of that. So we'll see. I might try it out, but more than likely I'll just keep using my old one just because I like this size. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why I was weighing screwdrivers. If you're like me and you carry tools for a living, how much they weigh is kind of important. So here we have green Robbie, red Robbie, and what happened to my display? Anyways, Phillips, flat, and 3/16, and demo. Huh, they actually fit pretty nicely. Doesn't feel any heavier, but man, this thing has some weight to it. Now, generally I don't really carry this around with me all the time unless I need it, but the rest of these are usually everyday carry-ons. I'm actually pretty happy with the way they fit inside my pouch. Even this one, I don't know, you can't see, but it sticks out quite a bit, which is kind of the reason why I don't like this one being so long. So hopefully they come up with a shorter version of this. And obviously needle nose / strippers, side cutters, strippers, pens and pencils, fine tip screwdriver, laser pointer, measure thing. So yeah, I mean, that doesn't feel any heavier than my other ones. So I really am liking how you can see these very clearly. The other ones, especially the Robinson screwdrivers, had a number and then it was painted the color. But I don't know. I actually don't mind this just being white and just having a bigger size for the bigger size and smaller for the smaller. This is, that'll work. So, yeah. Good job, Milwaukee. Good job.